don't want to murder your wife, don't murder your wife. But surely you would outlaw murder as a matter of the law.
Is my wife, which I don't have, in my fetus?
Your wife, I don't think, is in your fetus.
Correct. So, therefore, I'm right again.
I don't know who she is, and I don't even know why she's there. Hi, my name's Margaret Mordahl. Welcome to my channel, Virtue Lies in the Middle, where we discuss current topics and try to remain as balanced as possible. Okay, so I've watched several abortion debates in the last couple days, which just made me really question whether or not leftists really are even trying to morally defend abortion anymore. If they are certainly not sending their best and brightest to these debates. One such debate is one of Michael Knowles' bar fight videos. We won't watch the whole debate. I'll link it below if you want to check out the full thing, but I just pulled some of the wildest clips to look at. Let's watch the first one.
Pro-life politics are really just pro-controlling women's bodies. Let's be real. You guys don't really care about babies that much. If you did, we would want to fund childcare. We would want to give them food. We took that away. You guys remember that?
We funded a lot of Somali childcare and Somali food. I don't know. It didn't work
Donald
out.
Trump cut SNAP benefits, Medicaid. He's cut ACA subsidies that just expired. I don't know how that's helping children. He's actually taking food out of children's mouths.
So I'm going to ask the audience a question. Name one pro-life politician that is riding for childcare.
That is what for childcare?
Riding for childcare. Ooh, I hear a lot of crickets.
How about this? One pro-life politician who fought against the cutting of SNAP benefits for not only children, but families across the country.
Yeah.
So her argument is essentially that pro-lifers don't actually care about saving babies because they have been limiting SNAP benefits, which would help already born children. This is such a weak and unserious argument, as well as incorrect. All you have to do to dismantle this argument is either say, A, no, Republicans have been cutting back SNAP and other benefits because they think these things have been used fraudulently and not for little children who need them. Or B, okay, let's make a trade. Will you agree to ban abortion if I agree to bring back all SNAP and other welfare benefits? And no, of course, they would never make that trade. So why even bring this point up? Let's watch the next clip.
The control.
Okay, but what's the difference between a baby and a fetus? Have you ever spit in your hand?
No,
That's what a fetus looks like at like 6 weeks old. Yeah,
that's not what a fetus looks
Google
like.
it. Okay, you guys need to go back to science class, okay? Maybe we should fund that in Tennessee.
I have 3 kids. I've gotten ultrasounds at 8 weeks old. You don't do them so much at 6. They don't look like you spit in their hand. You can make out all their little parts. You can even figure out if they're boys or girls at 8 weeks.
No, you can't.
And you can't do that with your spit.
So again, what is this? This is just an appeal to emotion. Who cares what a baby looks like at 6 weeks? We all have to start somewhere. Let's argue facts here, please. And by the way, here is what a baby looks like at 6 weeks. Just a cute little bean with little arms starting to poke out. Okay, next clip.
Okay, that's fine.
Here's what I'll agree on. You don't want an abortion, which you don't seem to be able to have the ability to have a baby yourself. You don't have to get one. Your partner, your wife doesn't want an abortion. She doesn't have to get one. So therefore, choice. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, okay. So I think, for instance,
no.
Look, I'm not going to engage in an honor killing of my wife if she apostatizes from Islam, for instance. Now, I'm not going to do that. And look, if a Muslim immigrant to America, as many have done actually, wants to kill his wife in an honor killing because she has apostatized from Islam, that's his business, right? And it's not your business, and stop sticking your nose in it, right? Or no?
Okay.
I think that a lot of liberals...
I just can't with these arguments. They're so terrible. If you don't like abortion, don't do it yourself, but let other people do it. Yeah, if you don't like stealing, don't do it, but you should let other people steal. Just ridiculous. Michael essentially makes this point, but as we watch the last clip here, you'll see that this poor young lady cannot understand this point.
You're saying
your
that
fixation with Muslims, but we got there pretty quickly.
No, you're
so
saying
I'm going
that
to bring it back to children and babies. And what I'm saying,
I can explain to you the analogy if you like.
It's not relevant to this conversation, and I don't
I
need
think
an explanation.
I think it is.
No, it's not, because you guys are like, yeehaw, for like not feeding babies But you want to control women's bodies. Why is that? Why is that? Anyone want to come to the little
I
mic?
have personally fed 3 babies in my life. All right, that's not
Great.
bad. Yeah.
So,
And I only have 5 kids. So no, I'm kidding. I only have 3 kids.
so listen, you don't want an abortion? Don't get one.
But
Don't get
okay,
one.
you don't want to murder your wife. Don't murder your wife. But surely you would outlaw murder as a matter of the law.
Is my wife, which I don't have, in my fetus?
Your wife, I don't think, is in your fetus.
Correct. So therefore, I'm right again.
No.
So she doesn't understand the analogy. She mixed up the terms fetus and uterus and didn't actually end up making any sort of argument. Actually, what she did there, and this is a very feminine trait, she stated the conclusion of her argument without showing the logical steps it takes to get there. So her argument in actuality was basically, Michael, your analogy doesn't work because the baby is in my womb and thus a part of me which I can then dispose of as I see fit. Which perhaps would have been the best, though still not correct, argument that she would have made all night had she but been able to actually articulate it. So that's all I have for you today. Check out the full video if you like. They debate several different topics and they are all hilarious. And if you thought this girl was crazy, be sure to check out my next video when it comes out. Our next lady is just as crazy, if not more so.